apparently it is working. Maybe. Yeah, I think so. I think it's working. So take the bolster, put the bolster toward the back of the mat. Seat in front of the bolster, leaving a bit of space between the bolster and the buttocks. Feet as wide as the mat. Knees bent. Tilt your hip backward and lay down over the bolster, but the start of the bolster is really under your chest, not touching the lumbar spine. If you want to, you can also put a folded blanket under your head in order to give a little bit of cushioning under your head. Relax completely your arms. Slide the shoulder blades toward the waist. Get the shoulder blades flat onto the bolster. Move gently the chin toward the base of the throat. Close your eyes. And allow your body to soften, to let go. Surrender. Relax your forehead, your eyebrows, and the skin between the eyebrows. Relax your eyes and let them sink deeper into the skull. Relax the skin of your face and clench your jaw and let your lips open slightly. Relax your throat, your neck and shoulders, arms, forearms and hands. Relax your back, the muscles of your back and your spine, vertebra per vertebra. Relax your belly and the whole abdominal area. Relax your hips, your groins. Relax your legs, knees, ankles and feet. Bring your attention into your breathing cycle and observe every aspect of your breath. Which part of your body moves the most, chest or belly? If both moves, which one moves first? Observe without changing anything. Observe simply to know yourself. Observe the length of your breathing cycle. Inhalation and exhalation have the same length, or one of them is naturally longer? Observe the small pauses between inhalation and exhalation, and between exhalation and inhalation, the small moments where everything stops, even your breath. Become aware of the 4 phases of your breathing cycle: inhalation, pause, exhalation, pause. And there to observe. Is one of the 2 pauses longer? Observe also that your throat remain relaxed and open, even during the pauses. Three more observing breaths. At the end of the third, take control and create a long and deep breath. Feel your body expanding with every inhalation and gently contracting with every exhalation. Keep your breath soft but easy, deep. Feel the ribs moving away from each other with every inhalation, and then getting closer to each other with every exhalation. Deep but easy breath. Feel the expansion of your chest, helped also by your bolster. Feel the shoulders rounding. Arms completely relaxed. Feel the area around your sternum stretching with every breath. Become aware of this stretch. Three more breaths. At the end of your third breath, put your arms in cactus pose with your elbows in line with your shoulders and the forearm parallel to each other and parallel to the ground. Still keeping your deep breath. Observe the expansion of your chest and observe the stretch around the armpit, collarbones, sternum. 3 breaths. At the end of the third breath, interlace the hands under your head. Keep the shoulders as much as you can away from the ears and allow the elbows to relax and move down toward the ground. Even if they doesn't really move, it's just the direction. But feel which part of your body is stretching. Feel if there's any tension in a particular spot. Become present. The last moments. Back to cactus pose. You may feel that your shoulders are a little bit more relaxed now. So the elbows can move a little bit deeper down toward the ground. Or maybe it's not for today. Stay there. Now still keeping the elbows at 90 degrees. Bring the forearm together in front of your chest. Now, push the hands one against the other. Create some resistance between the two hands. And now straighten your arms up to the sky, still keeping the hands together, still squeezing the hands together. Good. Now, move the two arms parallel to each other. Bring the arms back into the shoulder socket. So move the arms, still keeping them straight. Move the arms back and down. And now, allow the two arms to move behind your head, still keeping the arms straight and parallel to each other. Millimeter per millimeter. Allow the two arms to move down toward the ground. Go to your maximum, wherever it is today. Stay there. Slowly come back up. Vertical. Now keeping the arms straight. Open your arms to the side. Allow the two hands to drop toward the ground. Still the direction. It doesn't mean that today you will touch the ground. Or maybe yes. We'll see. 3 breaths. At the end of the 3rd breath, bring the arms up again, up vertical. And again, cactus pose. Allow the 2 elbows to drop down toward the ground. Stay there. Now keeping the forearm as much as you can parallel to the ground. Move the elbows close to the chest. Feel that the stretch around your shoulders and collarbones change when the position of the elbows changes. Back to cactus pose. But just observe which position gives you more stretch. Which position you feel more beneficial in terms of stretching the muscles around your collarbones and shoulders. Start bending your elbows again, moving the elbows closer to the chest, but stop wherever you feel a deeper stretch. Stay there for 3 breaths. At the end of the 3rd breath, relax completely your arms. Move your hands closer to the hips. Now inhale.
For the exhalation, push with the feet against the ground and lift your hips just a tiny bit. No need to lift it all the way up, but tilt your hip backward in order to lengthen your lumbar spine. You can even squeeze your butt to help you lengthen your lumbar spine. See that? And slowly, still keeping the lumbar spine long, allow the hip to drop down toward the ground again. Okay. Now bring the two knees toward the chest. Grab your legs with your arms. Lift your head and move the head toward the knees. See that? And relax again. So lower your legs, lower your head. That's for breath one. Inhale. The exhalation. Lift your legs again. Grab your legs under your knees. Okay, good. And really slowly lift your head, move the head toward the knees, and straighten your legs millimeter per millimeter. Take your time. Straighten your legs to your maximum. Maximum is where you can feel that your body is working. No need to straighten completely. Keep the knees quite close to the chest. Stay there. Bend your knees again. Relax your head. Now, interlace your hands behind your right leg. Just the right one. Good. Now, move the left foot down to the ground and straighten your right leg to your maximum. Now, if you can, just walk with your hands toward your ankle or foot. Lift your head. Bend your elbows if possible in order to move the leg toward the head. 3 breaths. At the end of the 3rd breath, change side. So lower your right leg. Lift the left one, interlace your hands under your knee. Straighten your left leg. Move the hand toward your foot. There. Lift your head. And if it's doable, bend your elbows in order to move the leg toward the head. You can feel a difference between right and left, which is normal. Just observe. Keep the belly as much as you can relaxed. 3 breaths. At the end of the 3rd breath, relax, lower your legs, lower your head. Now, keep your left foot down, lift your right foot up, grab the right foot with your right hand. That's good. Perfect. You can keep your arm inside the leg so it will be easier to grab. Now, open your right leg to the side and straighten your leg at your maximum. In order to keep the balance, you can open your left knee to the side too. And stay there, 3 breaths. Beautiful. At the end of the third breath, come back to the starting position and change leg. So keep your right foot down, lift the left leg, grab the left leg with your left hand, open to the side and straighten. You can open the right knee too in order to keep the balance, to keep your body a little bit more stable. 3 breaths. And relax. Lift both legs. Okay. Now, bend your elbows and put your feet in Baddha Konasana. Grab, if you can, grab your feet. Beautiful. Good. Feet or ankle, or even the pant. Stay there. Lift your head, move the chin toward the base of the throat, look at your feet. And relax. Put your hands down on the ground, push and lift your body up. Okay, good. Now, put your bolster sideways and take 1 block. It is to put the block right under your sacrum, and your chest will be supported by the bolster. The shoulders are not supported. Shoulders will just drop down toward the ground. The head will touch the ground. If you feel a lot of tension on your neck, then you can add a second block to put it under your head. So I'm going to show you and then we're going to do it together. Sacrum right under the block. And we leg down over the bolster, keeping the shoulders free. So you can check, just putting your arms in cactus pose, and they have to be free to go down. You can actually even push just gently with your elbows against the bolster in order to find a good position. The bolster doesn't need to go really under your lumbar spine, but can be really close or touching the upper part of your lumbar spine. There, interlace the hands behind your head and allow your head to drop down toward the ground. So if the ground is a little bit too far away for you today, you can take the second block and put it right under your head. In that case, you can also put your arms in cactus pose. If you realize that keeping the hands interlaced behind your head is maybe a little bit too much. So listen to the messages of your body and find a good position where you can feel that your body is stretching, but softly. This position can be at the same time challenging because you are stretching, but also relaxing because you can find comfort in this position. Once found your position, close your eyes. and just observe your body. Just stay there. Surrender. Relax your face, unclench your jaw, relax your belly, and just give time to your body to shape around your bolster. Last moments. Slowly bring the elbows close to each other. Lift your head, really millimeter per millimeter. Take all the time you need, but keep on lifting your head. Activate your abdominal muscles. Look at your knees. When you reach your maximum, put your hands down on the ground, push, and come back up. Okay, that's an interesting stretch. Now, seat in a cross-legged position, but over the bolster. In case, you can also always put a block under the bolster if it's not high enough. Just sit over the bolster in a cross-legged position. So a little bit higher than usual. Just that. You can sit like I did, so sideways, in this position, or you can also use it sideways. It's just exactly the same thing. Whatever is comfortable for you. Hands over the knees, lift the sternum, shoulder blades down. Close your eyes and create circles with the whole spine, but really slowly, slower than usual. Try and move every vertebra. Try and feel every part of your spine moving. Not just the easy one, but the whole spine. Then also on the other side. Okay, now keep your spine straight. Lift the sternum, shoulder blades down, roll the arms outward. Push the hands down like you want to touch the ground. So normally, you're not going to touch the ground now. I hope. You're touching. Oh my God. Yeah, I have short arms. That's it. Lift the sternum, shoulder blades down. Keep on moving the hands down. But now, move it also a little bit to the side and back. 3 movement. Down, to the side, and back. Keep your eyes closed. And focus on the feelings that you may experience, the physical feelings around your chest, shoulders, shoulder blades. And relax. Now, still seated over the bolster, put your feet wider than your hips. Okay, tilt your hip forward, round your spine, and allow your head to drop down. Even there, close your eyes and surrender. Feel the stretch on your lumbar spine. Feel the stretch on your neck. In this position, start moving your right shoulder toward the right knee. And feel that the left side of your lumbar spine may feel a little bit more stretch. Now gently move to the left. So the left shoulder moves over the left knee. And as the right side of your lumbar spine stretching a little bit more. One more time. First to the right. And then to the left. Back to center. Lift your torso. Put your hands down on the ground behind your buttocks. Keep your knees just a little bit wider than your hips, so not super wide. Roll the arms outward and push the sternum forward and up. Tilt your hip forward, arching the whole spine. Look up, 3 breaths. At the end of the 3rd breath, relax and lift your torso. Now we're gonna do something scary. Grab your knees, bring the knees together, bring the feet together, walk back with your feet, and put your feet over the bolster. Yeah, better, okay. And now, find a balance. Balance over the bolster. 3 breaths. At the end of the 3rd breath, lift your tibias, lift your sternum, keep the arms parallel to the ground. 3 breaths. At the end of the 3rd breath, lower your feet and lift your sternum again. Put your hands right in front of your knees, feet wide, wider than your hips. Hands right in front of the knees. Push your chest forward and shoulders and shoulder blades back. Arching gently the spine. And relax. Now, take the bolster and the block again. Now, what we're going to do, it really depends on the length of your body. So I'm kind of short, so I don't have any problem doing just with the bolster. But if you're tall, you may need also the block. I'm going to show you what we're going to do, and then we're going to do it together as usual. So the idea is I'm going to show you my version since I'm short, but in case you have to add the block or the blocks, just to create a sort of longer version of your bolster. So I sit over the bolster and then lay down over, keeping the shoulders out of the bolster. It's really similar to what we did before with the bolster sideways, but now we have the spine supported by the bolster. There, we allow the head to drop down. The idea is to have the bolster, the edge of the bolster, more or less between the shoulder blades. It can be toward the lower part of the shoulder blades or a little bit in the middle, but the shoulders are completely free to drop down toward the ground. Okay, that. Actually, I think that you can move your shoulder a little bit more out of the bolster. Yes, okay. Keep your knees bent in order to have the lumbar spine long. And put your arms in cactus pose. Push the back of the head away from the shoulders and feel the effect of the bolster on your chest. And now, keep the lower part of your rib cage toward your pubis. So activate your abdominal muscles to move the lower part of your rib cage toward your pubis. Stay there. And relax again. Feel the difference in your body. Now, bring the two knees toward the chest without using the arms. Keep the arms in cactus pose. Now, straighten your legs vertical. Activate, even there, activate your abdominal muscles in order to keep the lower part of the rib cage and the balls and the pubis connected. Stay there. Now interlace the hands behind your head. Another scary thing. Bring the two elbows together, like you're wrapping your head in between your forearm, and lift your head. Stay there. Find the balance. And down again. Both the head and the feet. Roll completely to the right. Push with the left hand.
And sit up. It is intense. I know. Now, take the bolster sideways again, like we did before. Now I want you to put the bolster right under the lower part of your rib cage. So not on the belly. In part also over the belly, you will see, but particularly just under your rib cage. Like this. Say on your elbows. Okay. Now, I want you to activate your abdominal muscles. I want you to connect the lower part of the ribs and the pubis. So doing so, your hips will tilt backward. Keeping those activation. Roll the arms outward, palm of the hand facing the sky, and straighten your arms completely. So it's just the tip of your hands touching the ground. Okay, good. Try and push the
thumb down to the ground. Stay there, look forward. Still keeping the abdominal muscles active. You may feel quite a huge activation around your shoulder blades. And now relax. Relax completely. Allow your head to drop down. You can put your hands right under your forehead. And just stay there. 3 breaths. At the end of the 3rd breath, we're going to do it another time. So lift your head, roll the arms outward, straighten your arms, push with the back of the head, the hand, back of the hand. So now it's not just the tip of the fingers touching, but also the back of the head touching. Push with the hand against the ground like you want to lift your head a little bit more. Keep on pushing. Keep also the thumb as much as you can down to the ground. Move the shoulders away from the ears. Stay there. And relax. 3 breaths. At the end of the 3rd breath, we're going to do exactly the same thing, but I want you to focus also on your belly, because I didn't say it, but we're supposed to keep the lower ribs connected to the pubis. So arm straight, push with the back of the hand against the ground, move the shoulders away from the ears, but also lower ribs toward the pubis. Look forward, 3 breaths. And relax. Push with the hands against the ground. And at a tabletop position, put your hands over the bolster. Okay. Create circles with your hips and lumbar spine. First on one side. And then on the other side. Okay. Now, elbows over the bolster. So now we're gonna do the dolphin pose. So Adho Mukha Svanasana, but on the elbows, but we're over the bolster. So bolster is not stable. So we have to activate way more the muscles just to keep the stability. So interlace the hands, move the elbows a little bit closer than the distance of your shoulders. Walk forward with your knees, but widen your feet. So feet as wide as the mat. Tuck your toes under. You can walk even more with your knees. So the knees are in front of, not right under the hips, but roughly under your belly. Okay, that's good. That's perfect. Tuck your toes under. Push with the elbows against the ground. And start lifting your buttocks. Millimeter per millimeter. Take more time than usual. Move the shoulders away from the ears. Move the chest toward the toes. But keep the stability even over the bolster. Stay there. And down. Okay. Now walk a little bit forward with your elbows. I want you to have the elbows right in the middle of the bolster. Now walk back with your knees and lift your hands. Lower your chest down as much as you can. You may even have your head touch on the ground. Forearm as much as you can vertical. Okay, good. Stay there. Push with the elbows against the ground, against the bolster, and come back to the starting position. Seat over the bolster. In a cross-legged position. Hands over the knees. Create circles with the whole spine. Now lift your arms parallel to the ground and parallel to each other. Bring the arms back into the shoulder socket, move the shoulders down. And keeping this two movement in place, so arms back and down. Push from the armpit to the small finger and from the thumb to the upper shoulder. Create a sort of circuit of movement. The lower part move forward, the upper part move back. This movement, this conscious movement, will allow your arms to lift, but keeping the shoulders down. Go to your maximum. Still keeping the shoulders down, still pushing from the thumb to the upper shoulder. And down. Put your hands right in front of your knees. Tilt your hip forward. Arch your spine. Push your chest forward, shoulders and head back. 3 breaths. And relax. Move the bolster away. Tabletop position, normal tabletop position. Feet as wide as a mat. Move the shoulders away from the ears. Tuck your toes under. Now we're gonna move in Adho Mukha Svanasana, but I want you to recreate exactly the same movement that we just did. So when you lift your buttocks, I want you to push from the armpit to the hand, from the upper hand, from the back of the hand, up to the upper shoulder. Inhale. The exhalation, start lifting your buttocks and push from the armpit down toward the ground. And imagine that you want to lift your fingers. You don't need to lift your fingers, but imagine that you want to lift your fingers up to your shoulders. Stay there. Now walk back with your hands. Round your spine. And vertebra per vertebra, come back up. Good, beautiful. Right foot forward, left foot back. A little bit more than 1 meter of distance. That is, no, wait.
It depends on the length of your legs. Let's say that you have to have your legs a little bit wider than usual. Doesn't have to be uncomfortable, but a little bit wider than usual. Now, lift your pubis. And I want to imagine that you want to move the right foot back and the left foot forward. Activating those two movements, you're gonna feel that the hip will move a little bit more squared. Keeping this movement in place, bend your right leg. No need to bend it completely, because I wanted to keep the focus on the feet. So right foot moving back, right, left one moving forward in order to keep the hips squared. Now, roll the arms outward, belly in, so lower ribs toward the pubis, palm of the hand facing forward. Now, move the hands back. 3 breaths. Keep all the movement in place. So the feet, hip, lower ribs, arms. Now, lift your arms forward. Keep the arms straight and parallel to the ground without losing the feet, hip, and lower ribs. And slowly lift your arms up. Like we did before. So pushing from the armpit to the small fingers, from the thumb to the upper shoulder. Keeping all the movement in place. I know that it's kind of physical. And now relax. Okay, change side. You're gonna feel also the hips worked, the legs worked. So every part of your body worked in this version. Now, left leg forward, right leg back, a little bit wider than usual. Just a tiny bit. No need to widen completely, but just a tiny bit wider than usual. Now, start activating the motion. So, left leg, left foot, move back. Right foot, move forward. Hips will move squared. Lift your pubis toward the lower rib cage, lower rib cage toward the pubis. So connect this part and bend your left leg. Still keeping all the other movement in place. Okay. Roll the arms outward, palm of the hand facing forward. Move the hands back. Stay there. Now, straighten your arms right in front of you, palm of the hand facing each other. Move the arms back into the shoulder socket. So move the arms back and down. And now move from the armpit to the small fingers, from the thumb to the upper shoulders, and lift your arms without compromising all the other movement. So right foot forward, left foot back. Hips squared. Lower ribs toward the pubis, arms up. Stay there. And relax. Okay. Legs a little bit wider than your hips. Bend your knees and create cycles with your hips and the spine. Close your eyes and feel the movement. Feel the fluidity of the movement. Turn also on the other side. And Tadasana. Big toes touching, heels gently apart. Even in this position, keep the lower ribs and the pubis connected. Find your dristi and lean on the right leg. Lift the left leg, open the left leg to the side. Put your left foot in contact with the right leg, but keep the right leg active. Lower ribs toward the pubis. Draw the arms outward and lift your arms. Whoop. Put your hands in prayer position, aligned over the top of the head. Keep the elbows open to the side. And lift your chin just a tiny bit. 3 breaths. At the end of the 3rd breath, go back into Tadasana. Still keeping your dristi, lean on the left leg. Lift the right leg, open the right leg to the side and put your right foot in contact with the left one. Lower ribs toward the pubis. Draw the arms outward. Lift your arms. Put your hands in prayer position, aligned over the head. Keep a bit of space between the arms and the head. Move the elbows out. Chin lifted just a tiny bit. 3 breaths. And down. Widen your legs again. Keep your feet parallel to each other. A little bit wider than your hips, but not super wide. Tilt your head forward and vertebra by vertebra, round your spine and go down. Now take your time. Go all the way down, but using the gravity. No need to use the muscles. Just surrender. It's not important where you arrive, but how you do it. So surrender. Close your eyes and feel your lumbar spine and neck lengthen. Last moments. Breathing slowly. Come back up. Still keeping lower ribs and pubis connected, but gently. Widen your arms to the side. Draw the arms outward. And now twist with the oval body to the right. Look behind your right shoulder. If you feel tension on the knee, focus on the upper part of your body, but don't twist your knee. Stay there, 3 breaths. At the end of the 3rd breath, come back to the starting position and move to the left Same thing. Feel your body. If you feel tension on the knees, just step a little bit back and focus on the upper parts of the body and not on the legs. Stay there. And come back to center. Down on the ground. Now you can choose. If you want to, you can use the bolster. You can also use blocks under the bolster to allow your bolster to be a little bit higher. Or you can even put your calf muscles over a chair or your bed for Shavasana, because we're there. So find your comfortable position. I'm going to show you the version with your blocks under the bolster. Having the blocks under the bolster will allow, if you're short like me, to have your feet not touching the ground. Having the feet completely free will allow your body to let go a little bit more. At the end of Shavasana, I'm going to chant the mantra. At the end of the mantra, I'm going to guide you out of the pose. Till that very moment, just relax. Tvameva Mata Chapita Tvameva Tvameva Bandhu Chataka Tvameva Tvameva Vidya Dravinam Tvameva Tvameva Sarvam Mama Deva Deva Tvameva Sarvam Mama Deva Deva Tvameva Sarvam Mama Deva Deva. Slowly start wiggling your toes and fingers. Bring back the awareness into your body. Inhale deeply and exhale fully with your mouth. Release all tensions. One more time. Bend your knees and roll on your right side. Stay on your right side for a brief moment before sitting comfortably for the chant of 3 Om. And again, you can also sit over the bolster if it's more comfortable for you. Keep your spine straight, but still relaxed. Close your eyes. Relax your face, your shoulders. Relax your arms. Put thumb and index finger together with the palm of the hand, either facing the sky or the ground, whichever is more comfortable for you. And just stay there, just for a brief moment, in order to allow your mind-body to settle. Inhale deeply. Put your hands in prayer position in front of the chest. Open your eyes. Namaste.